Hello, my name is Enrique Guardado, and welcome to my GameVault API demonstration. This is a RESTful backend service built with Node.js, Express, and Mongoose, connected to MongoDB Atlas, and deployed live on render. What you see is the published production URL, not localhost. The interactive Swagger documentation is available at the API-docs root. Before testing, here is my GitHub repository. Notice that the .env file is not present in the repo, because it is excluded by my gitignore. Sensitive information, like my MongoDB connection string and my JWT secret, exists only as environment variables in render and on my local machine. This project delivers full CRUD operations, validation, error handling, OAuth security, and professional documentation. Let's test the roots. Let's start with the public roots. I expand the games tag, press try it out, and execute get API games. No token needed. The server responds with status 200 and the full list of games from the database. Get API games by ID also returns 200. Switching to the players tag, get API players returns 200 with all players. Reading data is open to everyone, but writing requires authentication. Now let's prove the protected roots require authentication. I expand post API games and click try it out with a valid game payload, but without any token. When I execute it, the middleware rejects the request with 401 unauthorized, not authorized to access this root. Notice the small lock icons on post, put, and delete. Those roots are protected. So I create an account, post API auth register with an email, username, and password returns 201 created, and the response contains no password hash. Registering the same email again returns 400. User already exists. Next, post API auth login verifies my credentials and returns a JSON web token that expires in 24 hours. I copy the token, click the authorize button, paste it, and confirm. With the bearer token attached, I execute post API games again. 201 created, and the game is written to MongoDB. Next, data validation and error handling. Every root is wrapped in try-catch blocks. Still authenticated, I send a post to API games with a missing title, a release year of 1800, and a rating of 50. Mongoose validation fails, and the API returns 400 bad request, listing exactly which fields failed. This proves invalid data never reaches the database. The PUT route validates the same way. For error handling, a get with an invalid ID format returns 500 from the catch block instead of crashing the server, and a valid ID that does not exist returns 404 not found. No root ever crashes the server. The API always responds with the proper HTTP status code. Now the second collection, players. With my token active, post API players creates a new player and returns 201 created. Put API players with that, ID updates the gamer tag, 200 OK with the updated document. Delete on the same, ID returns 200, removing the document. Then I log out and try post again. 401 unauthorized. This satisfies the requirement of at least 2 protected roots. In reality, all 6 write routes across both collections use the same JWT middleware, while get routes stay public. Finally, let's verify the database. Here is MongoDB Compass connected to my Atlas cluster, showing GameVault_DB with 3 collections: games, players, and users, more than the 2 required. I open a game document and count the fields: title, genre, platform, release year, developer, publisher, rating, and is completed plus created at, and updated at. That is more than 7 fields, as required. The game we created through the API appears here, proving the cluster updates in real time. The player's collection stores the public profiles, and in the user's collection, the password hash is a bcrypt hash, never plain text. To summarize, the GameVault API performs full CRUD on 2 collections, validates data, handles errors with proper status codes, protects write routes with JWT authentication, hashes passwords with bcrypt, and lives publicly on render with professional Swagger documentation. Thank you for watching, or